1 apple, 2 apples, 3 apples. 1 banana, 2 bananas, 3 bananas. 1 rice, 2 rices, 3 rices. 4, 5, 6, I'm not going to count that. There are too many to count because rice is uncountable. And that brings us to today's lesson, countable and uncountable nouns and how to use them. If you're new to the channel, I'm Justin, and I'm here to help you become a better, more fluent English speaker. If you want to be a more fluent English speaker, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I'd really appreciate that. And then you can get 2 long-form videos every week and then 1 short every day. Okay, let's start off with countable nouns. And these are the common nouns that we usually use. When we have one thing, we say a ball, and we add an A before the noun. But then when we want to show plural, that there are many nouns, we say balls. We take the A away and add an S to the end. 1 ball, it's a ball. 2 balls, they are balls. Now, countable nouns are countable because they are easy to count. And uncountable nouns, they're more difficult to count. Rice, for example, we can count all these little pieces of rice, but we're not really gonna do that. So things like rice, sand, sugar, we would consider uncountable nouns. Another example of uncountable nouns would be liquids. Liquids are weird because we can consider this water, it's a water, but then if this is a water, and is this 2 waters? Oh no. It's still the same amount of water, so is it plural now? So we consider liquids uncountable nouns. Water, juice, milk, coffee. Other examples of uncountable nouns are things like money, bread, time, snow, rain, paper. Now we can divide these up to show quantity, like slice of bread, piece of paper, but then what we're actually counting are slices and pieces. There are 3 slices of bread. There are 4 pieces of paper. And we're not actually counting the bread or the paper. Now we treat uncountable nouns like they're singular, but we're not going to add the or an before the noun. It is coffee, it is time, with is for the singular and no or an. The most basic way that we see countable nouns asked about would be something like, is there a cow? Yes, there is. No, there isn't. And if we wanted to ask about plural cows, are there any cows? Yes, there are. No, there aren't. Compare this when we ask for an uncountable noun. Is there any juice? Yes, there is. No, there isn't. So we'll use is like we would if it was a singular countable noun, and we'd use any like we were asking about plural nouns. When we want to express the different quantities in countable and uncountable nouns, we'll use few or some. Few with countable nouns and some with uncountable nouns. Back to our cows example. Are there any cows? Yes, there are a few. No, there aren't any. We'll use any in the question and the negative answer, but we'll use few with a positive answer. And with uncountable nouns, we'll use some. Is there any juice? Yes, there is some, or no, there isn't any. And again, we'll use any in the question and the negative answer, and we'll use some to show quantity to the uncountable noun. When we want to ask about the quantity, we'll use much for uncountable nouns and many for countable nouns. How many cows are there? There are a few cows, or there aren't many. How much juice is there? There is some, or there isn't much. An informal way that we can add quantity to countable and uncountable nouns are with the terms lots of and a lot of. We use these terms in everyday speech, and there isn't a rule on which way to use them when it comes to countable and uncountable nouns. We could say there are a lot of cows, or we could say there are lots of cows. How many cows are there? There are 10 cows. There are a few cows. There are lots of cows. There aren't many cows. How much juice is there? There is some juice. There is a lot of juice. There is a little juice. Or there isn't much juice. When talking about countable nouns, we'll use terms like few and many. And with uncountable nouns, we'll say some, a little, or much. And then we can use informal terms like a lot or lots of with either. Now I'm going to give you some nouns and you tell me if this is countable or uncountable. Car, countable. Money, uncountable. Tree, countable. Phone, countable. Coffee, uncountable. Milk, uncountable. Now let's try few or some. Is there any bread? Yes, there is some. Are there any chairs? Yes, there are a few. Are there any books? Yes, there are a few. Is there any love? Yes, there is some. Good job. Let's move on to much or many. How many shoes are there? How many pens are there? How much water is there? How much pasta is there? How many cats are there? How much money is there? How'd you do? I think you probably did pretty well. So if you have any other questions about countable or uncountable nouns, go ahead and leave them down in the comments below. If this video helped you at all, I'd really appreciate a thumbs up, and I'd really appreciate you subscribing on the channel so I can help you become a better, more fluent English speaker. That's all I have for this lesson, and then I'll see you in the next video, okay? Justin out.